Now let's create the cash flow. To create the cash flow, what we do is we start by choosing the start month. So let's just say it's going to be April 2020. The next thing I like to start with would be the site purchase. So let's say in month 1 of the cash flow, we're going to pay a 10% deposit to acquire the site. So we enter the month that will come in and the percentage of the purchase price, which we can apply with that plus button. Then 2 months later, in month 3, we're going to pay the balance on the site. So we can do that, and now you can see that the cash flow is starting to show. So month 1 is our 10% down, month 3 is the 90% balance on the site acquisition. Next, we've got stamp duty, legals and agents, which we can set. In this case, let's do it at the point where the site completes. So we're going to apply that at month 3, and at 100% of the payment will be made in that month. So we've now allocated our site purchase. You can see that the costs, when they've not been allocated, are orange, and once a cost has been allocated, it turns white. So that is a really good risk indicator to make sure that you've not unallocated certain costs. So here what we can do with the prelims, let's say we're going to start the prelims from month 4 once we've completed on the site, and they're going to run for 6 months. So we can choose to spread those preliminary costs either straight or as an S-curve. For prelims, I'm going to go with straight for now. So basically we're going to have those costs over the first few months of the project. But from month 6, we're actually going to start construction. So month 6, what we're going to do then is we're going to run that for 12 months. So again, I've got the same choice of either a straight spread or an S-curve. And when I spread it as an S-curve, you can now see that those costs are allocated over the life of the project in a more of a natural flow of construction costs, where through the middle part of the project, you've got the most amount of cost. Next up is our other costs. So with these, you can either click into the appraisal or the cash flow and type them manually. So for example, we might be paying £50,000 up front for the architect, and in month 5, we're going to pay the balance, which will be £61,700. Or with other costs, you might choose to spread them. So an engineer, let's just say we're going to start paying them on month 1, and we're going to pay them over 6 months. Planning fees, we might want to pay them over the first 3 months of the project. QS, we're actually going to run for the full length of the project. So we start him on month 1 and run it for 18 months. And then on the building warranty, we might only pay that later on. So let's go for month 14 and put in the building warranty in here. So we can either type it in, as I showed you, or we can use this tool here. For the senior debt and the bank fees, we're going to have the commitment fee on month 1, because that's probably when we're going to start borrowing their money, and the mezzanine fee as well. Now we'll come back to the exit fee shortly, because we need to know when the lender's going to be repaid to understand where that fee comes into the mix. When it comes to sales, what we're going to do is look at when the construction finishes. So the construction here finishes in month 17. So let's start looking at selling in month 18. But we're expected to start receiving deposits from a few months earlier. So let's say in month 15, we expect to receive 1 deposit per month. So reservation deposits or exchange monies on the site. And then what we're going to do is actually 2 months later, start receiving the balances. So in month 17, again, we're going to have 1 unit per month completing. If you don't want to do it on a number of units per month, you can also set the sales phase. So you might say we are going to allow 6 months to sell all of the units, and Aprao will then distribute the sales over that period of time. So now what we have is a full cash flow forecast created in under 2 minutes. We can see up here the project IRR, the equity IRR, and you also have the ability of exporting the cash flow to Excel here.